Welcome guys, this is ENlitenThem, and for today's tutorial we'll be treating on image, color, and we have a blank sheet here, so we'll refresh it and we'll see this is what we're going to be working on. So we're going to go back, delete some code. Well, we're showing you this is what we're going to treat you guys on today, how image properties, all these things, hue, grayscale. So we're going to refresh it and go back to the page and start running the code again. I'm using Sublime Text because it brings out this thing. So I'll just type HTML. Then we're going to name the title image. Type okay, image qualities. Yes, okay. Then we're going to type in some codes in the body tag. Then still go to the head and add some CSS to it. And we'll be using internal CSS for it, not external. So we use the image source, then we use tulips, the picture we used in our former tutorial. The link is going to be in the description. So if you haven't watched it, you click on it and watch it. So alt tulips in case the thing doesn't show. So width, set the width to 500 and height to, let's say, 3. Okay, let's say yes. Let's use kind of 300 for it. Then we have our width and height 500, 300. We type image source again. Image source we use tulips dot, see the tulips dot jpg. Okay, but we are going to kind of copy this one since we're going to use up to 7 image value property column. So let's copy it and just paste it. We need like 7 more extra. So we're going to now highlight this one and we'll now start pasting it. Enter, we'll paste, we'll now paste it. We have four now. We need 3 more. We have 5, 6, 7. Okay, we're now going to delete the space. Then if we refresh, we'll see it. It's kind of big here, so we have to do something about the width. So I'm gonna change the width to 300, 300, 300, 300. Okay, good and fine. So now the next thing I'm going to now do, okay, let's refresh it. Yes, okay, this is how it looks like, which is okay. So the next thing we're going to now do is now we're gonna work on the style. So the style is going to be in the head. We're going to use the style tag. We'll close it, backspace style, enter. Then with that our style is there. So now we can now start coding our style. So first of all we need image because of responsiveness in case you're using different devices. So once our image to float left, then maximum width we'll set it to be 240 pixels. Then we are going to now set the width and height for responsiveness. So for our width we are going to use 33%, then height auto. Okay guys, we are progressing. So you can save that. You can refresh to see what, you can go back to your browser to see what the thing gave you. So we now go next to the next thing. We are going to use 7 style image property. This thing we have the blur. So we are going to use WebKit. We'll try and define it in the description. WebKit filter. So we have WebKit filter. We're now going to make blur. Then make our blur to be around 4 pixel. Then we'll also use the filter again for the blur. Filter blur. The other one was WebKit filter. This one is going to be filter. So filter blur, then 4 pixel. Okay. If we save that, if we save it, now go. We have saved it. So is correct, the codes are correct, we have saved it. We'll now go to our browser and refresh. Okay, see, we didn't get what we want. So because we used the dot blur, so we have to now form a class that will get the CSS style we did imputed. So we now have CSS class blur. We give the space, save it, then go back to our browser. Okay, so it has blurred it, making our picture look like kind of a bouquet. So we can even enter more, and we'll enter more soon about CSS. I've been doing this video because people have been telling me, send me emails that yes, I've been following my tutorials and they like more on web designing that is helping them in their place of work. So I'm just going to be running more of web this. But if you get more content, if we, depends on your comments, we'll get more content. We'll now see what we're going to do about it because we need to make give our audiences what they actually want. So we'll WebKit filter 300% brightness. We're working on the brightness class now. So we're also going to set the brightness. Okay, I got it all wrong. It's not blue. So I'm going to delete it since I not put the filter. So I need to, okay, the spelling. Yes, so I have to go back and impute the filter. So I'm going to delete the brightness, what I've written. And if I delete it, yes, I'm okay. I'm not going to delete it. Let me just add the filter. Okay, then we have done it. So instead of us checking it codes one by one, I'm just going to run down the style sheet code. If that now some tutorials will come, we'll make use of visual code, whatever we see in preview. But for now, as for beginners, we'll be using the default, the open Sublime Text 3 editor. So we'll have our contrast, WebKit filter, contrast. You can use any contrast of your choice. So, but me, I'm going to use contrast 200%. Then also the same thing goes to the filter. Then I'm going to work another class. The class I work on is the gray scale. Then the same thing, enter WebKit filter. So if you're new here, you can subscribe to our channel, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and stay in for more tutorials to come on web designing, even other things we feature in other aspects. So, but you can stay tuned for web designing, know when our playlist, follow our playlist, and you guys on Twitter or Instagram, make sure you use the hashtag ENlitenThem 1000 and get us to 1000, or work try and get us to 200 or 300 before the year ends. We'll be delighted. But make sure you use the hashtag ENlitenThem 1000 in your pictures, your posts, anything. Share us to the world. Okay, make sure you use it to tag. So now we've entered the hue rotate. Same WebKit, we're going to make rotate rotate to be around, we're going to use okay, let's use 200 degrees. Then go to filter hue rotate, okay, 200 degrees as well. So we are progressing. We have written 5, so we have 2 more to go. Close it, press it, enter. Okay, look at where our party went to. We have seen you, so we have to delete you. Yes, I made an extra tag, that's where it went to. So I'll delete you. Then we have the inverts. We're still going to use the WebKit, then filter, then we'll now use invert. Want it to, let's make it invert at 70%. Then also filter invert 70% as well. Okay, now we are going to now and use the opacity. We are going to make also WebKit filter opacity, opacity. Yes. Then I want opacity to be also, let's use the same 70% for opacity filter, opacity 70%. Okay, then I'm now going to also use um the shadow. Okay, sepia. Let's use sepia. Okay, true. We are not true. Let's use filter. um okay, sepia. Let's make sepia around 100%. So now sepia is 100%. Filter sepia 100%. Okay, then we are going to now make finally the shadow. Shadow has a longer process. We use shadow filter, drop down. Let's use just the drop down shadow. Drop, drop, drop down, drop, drop down shadow. Okay, drop shadow. Then we'll now use the drop shadow. The drop shadow, we are going to make it 9 pixel, then 9 pixels, so with 12 pixel. We'll do the same thing for the let's make it gray. We'll do the same thing filter, then we'll make it drop shadow 9 pixel, 9 pixel, 12 pixel gray. Okay guys, we are progressing. Okay, so we'll now refresh it. We have run out our code, but it's not showing, so we are going to now put in their classes. We are not going to use the same sequence we used. Yeah, we're going to use another sequence. So we are going to make this class, this one shadow, then we'll save it, then refresh. Okay, we'll see this one is with shadow, but it's not coming out. So let's use a color that is going to shout. Let's use red. Then use red also for there. Then save it. I'm going to refresh it. Okay, our scene is showing. So now we're going to also change this one to class. Then use sepia, then save it. You see, okay, the thing changed. Then we're now going to also use this one. Let's put our class here. Then make it. Let's make it opacity. Then we're going to now save it. Refresh. Okay, see how the opacity look like. So now we're going to now give this one a class also. We're going to give it invert. We'll save it, then go to uh refresh it. See, okay, it inverted it. So you see that you can do lots of stuff even without you having a photo editor. If you know the right code, you can edit it perfectly into a web, and it loads the thing faster because it was done it was coded by you. So we are done hue rotate. See how hue rotate looks like. Then we can also we have one more class which is going to be our grayscale. We'll save it. Okay, it's grayscale. So you see we have done this, we have coded it. So we are going to now add title to make it easier for this tutorial for people to understand which one, so that if you over on it, you know, yes, we did this one here at a certain point, instead of it just to be plain like that. Let's make it look at least organized for our viewers viewing the content, so that they will not be asking questions on how will I know which one is which. So in case they're hovering on it, they will know, since we now follow it serially. So we're going to add title for opacity, then one more the title for blur, then our default picture with no effect. Let's give it the just title, um tulips. Yes, let's name it tulips as it being. Then we'll now save it. So when we're hovering on it, we see what is at least showing. So thank you guys for staying with me to the end. Make sure you visit our playlist and don't click the link in the description. So thank you guys and stay tuned for our next tutorial.